Hey y'all, I'm back with another video. This one is very personal to me because it includes one of the lowest points of my life, like ever. But I wanted to tell this story because it really does speak to who I am as a person, and I know that it can help a lot of you who may be experiencing some of the same things, or you have experienced the same things in the past, and I want to show you that you're not alone. If you're new here, my name is Kay. And I own a hair business, but that don't necessarily mean that I be doing hair. So girl, if you see my frontal lifting in this video, mind your business. I'm finna get my shit done. Mind your business. This video is going to be about why I dropped out of college. Okay, so high school was never really hard for me. I was a cheerleader, so I actually had a lot of fun. If I didn't excel totally in a class, then it was probably because I didn't like the teacher, I didn't like the learning style, or the teacher didn't like me. And if you know, you know. Like, you be like 16 and a teacher be like 55, just not liking you. I don't know what that's about, but it be happening. And if you know, you know. But even in that instance, it's like I always made the grades. So with that being said, I did that, had fun and everything, all the way up into my senior year. And then my senior year, I graduated valedictorian of my class. What that came with was a full ride scholarship to college. So basically that meant that I could go to college for free, completely free. And everybody expected me to go to college. And that is an issue that I'm gonna say really played into my journey, because it was really more so like the atmosphere of high school just preaches and pushes college to the point where if you're a smart student, or if you get something like a scholarship where you have the opportunity to go, especially for completely free like I did, it's kind of expected of you to use it. You have to go. You need to go. You're smart enough to go. Girl, it don't even be going like that. It don't even be going like that for real. So an important thing to note is that I started college classes when I was still in high school. So there was this program called dual enrollment, and it meant that you could be enrolled in high school and also enrolled in college at the same time. Dual enrollment. So with that, I was already on the college campus. I already had friends. I already basically was living my little college life prematurely. So I started to notice that the college that I had heard about was not the college that I was experiencing. I was breezing through completely, making straight A's across the board while barely even trying. So I just didn't really connect with the fact that I was in this whole other realm, and I was not one of those dual enrollment students, mind you, that just took classes that were easy to pad my GPA. I didn't need to do that. So I was taking classes off of the nursing curriculum. I just didn't understand why it was not hard. So I'm like, this is not challenging. Why? But at the time, I'm still in high school, so I kind of don't need it to be challenging. I'm just peeping that it's not really what y'all said it was gonna be. You know what I mean? So I still tried to make the best of college, knowing that my friends were gonna be leaving me soon. And literally, the academic challenge was not there. It was not there. I literally did not even have to show up if not for those professors who grade attendance. Those professors who grade attendance, y'all really negative people, and I don't see how y'all sleep at night, because the classes do not be hard. They don't be hard, and y'all gonna make somebody come. So the classes were super boring, and then I started to get this lack of motivation. It's like, why am I doing this thing for 4 years? 4 years, knowing that it's going to be boring, it's going to be slow, it's not going to fulfill me in the way that I want to be fulfilled. So I got to the point where I would sit in class literally and write out business plans. Sit in class and I would literally be thinking of all my business ideas and how to make them come to life. It was totally a disconnect with where I wanted to be versus where I was. So I started to do this thing where I started thinking, hold on, I'm running this race and I don't even want the prize. I don't even want the trophy for winning. At the end, like, let me explain that analogy. So I mean, like, I was about to spend 4 years essentially wasting my time. I knew that I was going to be an entrepreneur. I literally had sat in pretty much every class that I had during my college experience. I literally sat in every class that I had expounding upon business ideas. I knew that I was going to be a boss. I knew that. But the problem was the peer pressure and the expectation of going to college, especially knowing that I had the opportunity to go for free. I started to feel guilty about possibly giving that up. But let me tell you, if you're doing things because you feel like somebody else expects you to, that is totally 100% the wrong reason for sticking with something. That's the wrong reason for doing something. You're living for the wrong person, okay? Yes, I understand it can be hard to think of letting your parents down or letting your teachers down or whatever. But the worst part imaginable is when you realize you let yourself down. You slept on your own potential. You wasted your time, and you can be much further with what you want to do. That's your life. It's nobody else's life. That's what I had to realize. And at that time, I sat my family down. I'm like, y'all, this ain't working. I don't understand where I thought I was supposed to be fulfilled with this thing, knowing that I wanted to be an entrepreneur anyway. I don't know if the pressure was like, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. And I listened and I gave into that. But I sat my family down. I'm like, y'all, the math ain't mathing. This ain't going together. This is not for me. Let me tell you what I want to do instead. My family was completely supportive because they had realized and noticed that I was spiraling into a depression over the course of these semesters. I was literally getting so sad with straight A's. So of course it was alarming to them. They're like, what's wrong with you? And after I broke down and told them how I felt, they completely understood. Now this part is dedicated to those of you who may not have as much of a supportive family as I have. It is completely and totally fine. Sometimes you're gonna have to make the leap without any support. You're gonna have to just really trust your potential and show people why you know what's best for you. Nobody else knows you better than you know yourself. So do not sell yourself short or sleep on your own potential trying to please others. You will be miserable that way. Don't let nobody make you miserable. It's your life. Your reality is literally whatever you create. You can do anything under the sun, and you don't need anybody to back you but you. And that's just like real shit. I know that it's nice to feel support, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be you doing it anyway. So I found my happiness when I left school and started my business. And it's literally something that I already had a plan for. I've just been altering my plan. And that's kind of what entrepreneurship is. It's having an outline and just adjusting that outline as you go, because it's constant learning. And I have to say that it's very, very challenging, but it's the most fulfilling thing that I've ever done. And it's really something to be optimistic about because there's no ceiling and there's no limits. So you can soar as high as you like, or you can go as far as you'd like to go. It all depends on you. And I really want to say that if you are starting something new, or you have an idea that you want to expand, or whatever you're trying to do, I truly do support you.
Same thing.